This is Teachable Moments with April podcast, and you guessed it, I'm your host, April. If you're a returning listener and a part of the Teachable Moments with April podcast family, welcome back. For those of you who are checking me out for the first time, well, hello and welcome. To everyone listening, look for the teachable moments that are all around you. Enjoy. We are Moses Whitman Health System, and our name reminds us every day of not just how we got here, but how we'll push forward through our groundbreaking approach to healthcare and our commitment to staying grounded in who we do it for. Good afternoon, Miss Mary.
Good afternoon, April.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about today, Miss Mary?
Well, there seemed to be a little controversy going on around me and my friends, and also you, about our illustrious mayor, Mayor Brandon Johnson, which I have the utmost sympathy for, because I had no idea that it was taking that type of toll on him. Some people say that he's lying, that he just don't want to answer questions, and he say he having panic attacks. But I was looking at going past the things. I usually check on a few things on YouTube, and sometimes on there's a couple on there with the nomads and so forth I look at religiously. But I try to stay as far away from the news as I can. I guess that's a double-edged sword, because each morning I get up, I put the local news on until it started kind of aggravating me. They just have some pre-selected topics. They want to talk about the Bears. They want to talk about who got the smartest dog, and different things, the movies, and so forth. There's some serious things going on in the city of Chicago that I would like to hear more about. So I usually have to wonder, well, the weather is pretty good. They're pretty telling you about what they believe the weather's going to be. That is good. I can't say it's all bad. But then I usually go to a YouTube or something and see, can I find out what is really going on. I also watch certain movies that is very prevalent to these days, things that's happening today. But I was happening to be going on YouTube, just going along looking, and I noticed they said Brandon Johnson had a panic attack. And that got my interest, because I'm so sick of hearing about the migrants and who's taking over, the illegal, the asylum seekers, nothing making sense whatsoever. How can you take all the kids out of their school, and because the weather's bad, you put these strange people into their school so they can't get an education? Right. I do not get this at all. We are the taxpayer. We are here. How can you we can't just wander off into someone else's country. When I used to travel, you had to get passports. You have to check your bags and everything else for you to even go. But it seemed like the doorway to us is just open. Just anyone just come on in. They open the asylums up, send them over. Prison, sending them over. And I'm not knocking anyone want a better way of life, but my thing is, how can you come to one country in the millions and expect the people that already live there to survive and take care of you too? You don't have a job, you're not paying taxes. Why are you here again? Couldn't there be something that your government could work with our government and try to build up your country? Because you speak to people and they'll tell you how they love their country. Well, if you love it so much, why are you here? Right. So I think with Brandon, though, he wanted to be the mayor. He thought that would be a nice job for him.
Mhm.
But I think certain jobs are cut out for certain people.
And
And I
makes
don't
sense.
believe Brandon is cut out to be no mayor.
Okay.
Anything that I've heard from him,
Mhm.
it doesn't seem logical. I don't know if someone else feeding him the information to say, or he's saying it on his own accord.
Mhm.
But when I heard this morning
Mhm.
that that's not the first time he had a panic attack,
Right.
and then you see him, they had to load him away on a stretcher inside of an ambulance.
Mhm.
And this is the mayor of this city.
Mhm.
I do not understand. Now, when he became mayor, and I guess he got terrified of living in the Austin area with the rest of us, he decided to move to Evergreen Park. And he's still having these panic attacks. I think Brandon should just step down and someone else take the job.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming that he inherited a mess.
He inherited
a mess.
like
And it just-
peoples from Shaft inherited.
A mess. And I think it's just overwhelming on him. And he's a young man. With children, school-age children, I just hate something mentally or physically, or you have a heart attack or something. But I am concerned about Brandon and his panic attacks.
Yeah, it's just interesting that myself, as well as another resident of the area, actually the Austin area,
Right.
we didn't know, and Miss Mary had to tell us, and I didn't know. And I'm like, say what? And she's like, I saw it, and I even looked on something on YouTube about it, someone that covered it, and it's a young man on YouTube his channel is called Nate the Lawyer. So I looked at it last night, and then I came across another young man. I think his channel is called The Renaissance Man, and he was giving his commentary. And then this morning we were looking at a young man, I think his last name is Logan,
Right.
and maybe his first name is Anthony, that I believe he resides in Chicago, and I've looked at some stuff in the past from him, and everybody was basically, 3 African American men, younger, who are giving their commentary and saying that Brandon is maybe not, as they say, built for this type of position or this kind of task. And a lot of other people are saying that as well. Miss Mary is very sweet and, firm when it is needed. I'm very skeptical about Brandon. I personally would not be cut for it or built for it, and I probably would be having, but I believe this is some type of ploy by Brandon Johnson. I don't know for what effect. The reason why I say this is because how he has treated other aldermen. I'm going to bring up Emma Metz, and I'm going to bring up Anthony Beal, and the Lopez guy, and they have talked about how he basically pick and chooses, and he has some guy that I don't remember what his name is, but I remember what he looks like, and he was acting as if he was a henchman of sorts, and I don't know, what did they do? Did he step down? He apologized to Emma Metz. I don't know where he is right now. For someone, I don't know, it's something there about Brandon. I'm not buying it at all. Like I said, I would probably respond like that, but for him to be like that, and this seems like this is business as usual with him, and now he's very calculating and strategic, and I'm just going by the information that these 3 individuals and events, just a limited amount of information that has been supplied by these people, not so much Emma Metz, but especially Lopez and Beal. I see them a lot together. And then I saw a snippet of Beal talking in regards to what he said. What are you afraid of? When he was talking to, they had a meeting among the aldermen and whatnot. What are you afraid of in regards to giving a voice,